My dear friends, today in this video I am going to discuss the third part of the series. I mean the third video of the series about the role of president. And those who have not watched the first part and the second part of the series, for them link is given in my description box. Please watch this video because it will be helpful for you to understand it very clearly. Okay, so before starting the video I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Rajdeep. I read in BF first semester and I welcome to everyone in my YouTube channel Political Study, and it's my request to everyone, please subscribe my channel so that relevant videos relating to political science will be available to all of you. Okay, so let's come to the point. So my dear friends, today our topic is who is the supreme commander of the armed forces of India. Okay, so our first point is who is the head of the union. So I think every one of you know that who is the head of the union. So the president is the head of the union. The president, President. The president is the head of the union. And our second point is all executive power vested on him. See, I already discussed in the first part of the series about Article 53. Article 53 says that the executive power of the state shall belong to the president, and this power president can use either directly or through officers subordinate to him. And officers subordinate to him includes Union Council of Ministers, right? Now see, the interesting fact or the interesting component is that here it uses the word like either or through, but in this Article 53 it is also very clearly mentioned that the president is the supreme commander of the armed forces of India, and there is no doubt about it that he is the supreme commander of the armed forces. Okay, and there is no use of words like binding and non-binding. Now you may say that why am I saying the words there is no use of words like binding and non-binding. See, I already discussed in the first part of the series about Article 74. So if you have not watched this video, then link is given in my description box. Please watch this video, it will be helpful for you. See, Article 74 says that the president is binding by the advice of the Union Council of Ministers. The president is binding by the advice of the Union Council of Ministers, but here the president is not binding by any type of advice because he is the supreme, he is the head of the armed forces of India. Okay, now see, Article 53 says that all the executive power of the state shall belong to the president, and this power either president can use directly or through officers subordinate to him. And Article 53 also says that the president is the supreme commander of the armed forces of India, and there is no use of words like either or through and binding and non-binding because he is the supreme, he is the head of the armed forces of India. Okay, up to this it is clear to all of you. Hence a very important line, and my dear friends, if you think deeply about it, then it is a very crucial line for you to understand. Okay, so please try to understand because I am giving you an example so that it will be clear for you. Okay, you see, Indian Army, Indian Air Force, Indian Air Force and Indian Navy. Please try to understand by connection. Okay, see, in India there are 28 states. In India there are 28 states, and these 28 states together makes India, right? Now see, the prime minister is the head of the government. The prime minister is the head of the government, but the president is the head of the state, or the president is the head of the union, right? And the head of the union therefore becomes the supreme commander of the armed forces of India. And my dear friends, don't compare defense or armed forces with police, because police deals with the internal security of the states, but the defense or the armed forces deals with the external threat. Now I'll make you more clear about it, but please try to understand this dot connection because it is very much important. Okay, see, if you read Article 355, if you read Article 355 of the Constitution, then you will be able to understand it very clearly, right? Now see, suppose this is our India, and in India there is a federation. In India there is a federation, and the federation is divided into two types, that is union government and the state government. Now see, one day suppose there is an external threat to India, whether by war, whether by external aggression or something like this, then who will save India? This union government will save India, or the state government will save India? Now see, if you want to know that who will save India, then you have to follow the fundamental law, and the fundamental law is Article 355, because Article 355 says that it is the duty of the union government to save or to protect India from an external threat or any type of threat that can destroy India, then Article 355 gives power to the union government to protect India from this threat. Okay, now see, who is the head of the union? The president is the head of the union, and the head of the union therefore becomes the supreme commander of the armed forces of India. So my dear friends, this is called logical connection. And if you have seen or not, I don't know, but when the armed forces officer take their oath, they are saying these lines that I will go by land, I will go by water, I will go by air, wherever the president of India orders me to go. So from this line, what we understand? From this line we have understood that the president is the supreme commander of armed forces, means the president is the head of the armed forces, right? And my dear friends, the most important thing is that the president declares war, and the president declare peace. Now see, before few months India and Pakistan had an armed conflict, right? But why was it not war? Because the president did not declare it as a war. So after declaration of president, it will be called as a war. Otherwise it will be called as an armed conflict or an external aggression. Understand? So I think that this video is helpful for all of you, and if you have not subscribed my channel till now, then please subscribe it. And if you like my today's video, please click on the like icon, and if you have any doubt regarding this topic, you can comment me in my comment section, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and follow me on my Instagram ID. And for today I have finished here.